Let's get started. Those of you on Facebook, I would love it if you could just throw literally in the comment a hi, a chat, just a thumbs up. Honestly, I can kind of see you, but I can't always see you. I have you on a smaller screen, so just so I know you're there, that would be awesome. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dawn Thompson, and welcome to the Truth Tribe. So thank you for being here, all of you long-term warriors, and those of you who are newbies. Remember that you are all perfect, exactly where you are right now, and whatever happens right now, it's exactly perfect for you, and there's nothing wrong with you. And that I love you. Remember that part. I love you all very much, and that's all you need. But we all love each other, and I have some new announcements. Those of you who are in the Warrior Pass and on your Truth Tribe memberships, you'll see it. The IDI Club is coming. So not a big fan of this whole Facebook stuff. I use it because we have no choice. And I'm going to bring something up tonight. So this probably that call, it'll get pulled down and I don't care. But I'm going to touch on stuff now. People ask me stuff in private. I'm just going to dump it all into here because you guys are asking and I want you guys to know. So definitely, I want you guys to understand what's happening in a personal sense, but in general, no worry, we got it fixed. So someone asked a question about this. So anyway, the IDI Club is coming, which is kind of cool. It's our own private Facebook wall, so I can share everything. I don't have to go to different places. I don't have to pull you into Telegram if you don't have it. And I'm going to grow this beast into a tribe that is of consciousness. And this is what's happening. So this is where I'm trying to get you guys to understand that it's about committing to you from this point forward. And so the topic that you all got text or you saw on Facebook or wherever you are is truth translates into things. Your truth translates into your things. Okay. So what does truth, like people ask me, well, what truth and what things, Dawn, right? They're always looking for a way out, right? And it's I don't have the things I want, D. That's what I get. And my answer is that I believe you. I totally believe you, right? Because as much as you want to believe it's your truth that you're getting, it's not. Okay. Or you would be energetically, right? You'd be an energetic match to that better thing you all want, that thing, the person, the place, the experience, the trip that you think you deserve. Right? So even simpler, truth is spirit, okay? And so your level of spiritual poverty or truth in yourself and in the world translates to relationship poverty and things poverty, okay? I know this is hard for you all when you're like, I don't have money, I don't have people, I don't have love, I don't have security, I don't have support. People and money, those are the big deals right now. And health is coming up, which is what I'm going to talk about later, okay? I don't mean like, oh, like when you're like, oh God, angels, because people are telling me that, like, I'm not in spiritual poverty. I ask for help all the time. And I don't mean like, oh, okay, God, okay, angels, like send me a knight and $5 million. What I'm saying is I mean, send me the tools to be the queen and have security. You don't give a shit how you get it, but people do. I want a queen and I want to be a badass. Like, who are you? And that's where spiritual poverty comes in, because we don't know, right? So you are getting what you are aligning with. And most people are having a hard time owning their own bullshit, owning their own truth. 100% of your life is your fault. 100%. And 100% of your recovery and who you want to be, what your truth is also your fault. So cool, pick. So until you invert, right, we're down here on the earth, and until you invert and see what you want your relationships to translate into, right, inversion from here, the earth plane is becoming spirit. When you invert, you're inverting your viewpoint to a different place. So your inversion is becoming spirit and living as truth that you want from above, not below. And so below translates to the same as above. The problem is most of the above and truth and spirit and faith isn't there for most of you. We say it is, but it's a feeling and an emotion. It's not a thought. Okay, so this is where we're getting tripped up. This is your mission, warriors. You're all spiritual warriors. You wouldn't be on this call. You didn't come to Earth right now, no matter what role you're playing, to be anything other than a warrior. This has never happened in the history of the planet. So you're already warriors. Okay, you're already warriors. The challenge is that you can only, I want you to think about this way, only you, right now, each of you on this call, you personally have to go, okay, me, only me, okay, turn it around, invert. Only you can translate your emotional reality into physical things that you desire, because those things or relationships down there, right, are your frequency. Here's the inversion, okay? So your radio station must match theirs to hear the same love song or sick song. Okay, remember that. So things are also, remember things, thoughts, and truth. I've taught you that body, mind, spirit, things, thoughts, truth. I'm going to go through this for the whole call. Things are what you can touch. Anything you can touch, a person, a place, a thing, an experience, your knee, your house, your spouse, your friends, your heart, right? Your girlfriend, your car, those are things, body, okay? The 3D reality earth plane. You have no choice but to explore your truth that you want and the truth of the root that you are pulling out of in 2023 and you're coming up to here. You don't have a choice. So I'm just alerting you guys to give you a head start, okay? So entanglement, that's what's going on right now. And you're all feeling it and you're all getting really cranky about this. I get it. Entanglement is revealing your relationships that you are in that match the emotional love you learned as a kid, period. Okay. So this is, oh, sorry, someone has to repeat. Entanglement. So this is when you're entangling with, here's a person. We'll call it your spouse, just boyfriend, girlfriend, person, friend, whoever. Okay. Here comes spouse, entanglement. And they come and they meet you and they want to be in a relationship with you or a boyfriend, whoever, okay? Your partner is revealing. So here again, we entangle ourselves into the relationships that you are in now to match your emotional love that you learned as a kid, period. Okay. Then untangling is flipping it around and pulling away from the things you told over here were good. These are good for you. This is, you were told as truth, but now you have like this in your head, this sneaky feeling that those beliefs about what you're entangled with, those emotions of what you think is love, okay, aren't true anymore. And you're like, right? And then you have a desire now from this point forward to go investigate how to attract the truth that you're desiring up here. So instead of desiring the things that you don't want, these undesired things. Okay, so please hear this, my friends. Relationships aren't appearing to hurt you. I don't care if they're marriage relationships, you've been with them forever, or they're newbie relationships and you're dating, or there's something in between, or they're the cashier. These people during the retrograde did not appear and are not appearing to hurt you. You are attracting them to teach you where you're entangled. Okay, they and you are energy. And you're both saying, let's dance to this unwanted or this wanted song, period. Does that make sense? So when you guys come to me and you ask me, can this, okay, this relationship, that's what I've been asked probably four, 5 times this week. So we're going to go with two things. Can this relationship or anything, okay, relationships are things, heal naturally? That's what people keep asking. That's what the call's been all week, okay? So I'm going to start revealing the calls that are coming in and you guys are going to talk because I know you're getting the same thing. So can this relationship heal naturally? And the answer is always, always, always going to be yes. Yes, hands down, yes. If you heal your truth, own your bullshit, own it 100% with what you want, okay? And it's crystal clear, right? To your relationship, whoever that may be, okay? Then yes, you can heal it because you will embrace licking the curb to get it. Meaning you will do, remember licking the curb several calls ago, is do anything and everything to mold your energy into what you want. And there are little things coming up that you're not admitting to that you need to own. Relationships in your life right now will align with your frequency and your emotions, not your head, not your thought, your heart emotions, okay? And hold on to things that you want delivered, okay? So you hold, so it's more like the energy of the frequency of them is showing up, not the things that you're saying that you want are showing up. It's very simple. Is it your truth or not to heal it? Will be my only question to anybody showing up with these questions. Because these relationships are either aligning with the frequency you hold and not the things that you're giving them. Look, I'm giving you this and I gave you that and I gave you a car and I gave you dinner and I gave it, and their energy emotionally is matching your okay, entanglement point that you learned as a child. Emotionally, this is what I think love is. And until you untangle that, then you're going to go anywhere. So what does changing your vibrational frequency mean? It's an emotion, right? This is you inverted, right? You're inverted up here. So this is the inverted human. And then get ready, here's Earth, and you're going to invert from Earth, and you're going to invert right here, an inverted reality. So what happens is you're looking down, and it's a whole different ball game, my friends, right? Body, mind is the thoughts, spirit, things, thoughts, truth has not changed in the wholeness of who we are. Okay, none of those three will go away. Spirit is the inversion, yes. And all I'm telling you is the direction has changed. So inversion means that it used to be body, mind, then spirit. So body went first. Now it's changed and truth is first. Truth and spirit are first, then your thoughts, then body comes last. And you're focusing on what's wrong with my body, what's wrong with my person, what's wrong with my hubby, with my wife, she's being crazy. My husband would probably tell you that recently. Not crazy, I'm intentional. And I'm trying to get you all to be intentional, okay? So this goes against everything, my friends, everything that you have ever been taught is to go from here. So yes, it's making you guys super confused and super uncomfortable, because it's never happened in the history of this planet. Now, people, there are masters who know how to do this, but the masses have not done this. So if I focus on truth, which is trust, right, which requires faith, which is God source consciousness or spirit, which this person said spirit is inversion. Yes, you're inverting from up here. Okay, you are physically what you align with, this emotional frequency. So it's a quantum choice point that's not being ignited by all of you. Instead, you get stuck at this thinking point, the thoughts. You're not pulling up to here, you're inverting, and you're like, but I'm thinking better. Push up higher and say it is a fucking non-negotiable, intentional. This is my God-given truth. I know who it is. I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm awesome. And this is what's important to me. Because when you're judging and angry and telling someone how to be, you're not accepting them who they are. When you accept people who they are, you don't want them to change. You just let them be. Doesn't mean you have to go be with them at that moment or ever. But you have to change you and let their boats come to your lighthouse. Okay. And so because what happens, you guys, is you've been given things, okay, things, thoughts, truth. You've been given things, some of you, your whole life, right? So you've been giving your things the main center stage for your entire lifetime. And this things part flipped, inverted approach sucks for many of you. Do y'all feel it? It sucks because you have to have faith and truth and understanding of what you're picking isn't going to fit in a lot of environments, especially because it's like my family and my spouse and my kids, and because you're not used to it. So it's going to suck. It in a good way suck, right? But it's gonna, okay? So an example would be this week. I had several people express to me about spouses and health issues. So it's funny that people have been bringing this up. And as I've shared with you guys, my view on licking the curb reality, okay? Choosing to do everything and anything to create one thing, that truth that you want is necessary right now, okay? And so you have to trust yourself not to fall into the one thing illusion is the only answer. I'm sharing this with you because if you get there, you got to go, no, no, no. The truth is that there are so many answers that it won't matter as long as this I hold true to this truth, to the marriage I want, to the health I want, to the healing I want, to the, thought pattern, whatever. Okay. So then I'm still on this topic with these people, right? I ask them, are you doing everything possible to heal your heart, to heal your beliefs, and to heal your body? Or are you only interested in the one thing like fast surgery or meds, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying surgery is bad. I'm saying, is it the one of the everything bag, or is it the only thing bag? You have to start asking yourself this. So if you want to shift anything in your life from now on in this year 2023, it's a 7 frequency. You must invert and go to the spirit quantum field point of view. What do I choose my truth and step into that step by step by step? That is your truth point. This is your trauma point down here. This is your truth point up here. And again, it seems illogical since it's an emotional state of knowingness. And this isn't commonplace or taught anywhere. Don't you worry, you guys. I'm going to teach it. I'm going to keep teaching it. I'm going to teach it to kids. I'm going to teach it to adults. I am going to teach this truth till I pass out, till I'm off this planet. So if I'm going to live to 150, just so you know. So until I'm 150, you can expect this is coming out because it's bullshit, everything you've learned up to this point. And you all know it, right? Everybody laughs. Of course you are. Yes, I am. I'm going to teach you all to live to 150 too. By doing this, you will live to 150. Okay. So now as you stand, trusting that this truth point, whatever you chose, like I said, marriage, health, your stomach, your head, your whatever. And what then it goes to, okay, what thoughts will I accept as my bridge? I must think all the possible ways to heal what I was told will only heal one way down here. Okay. Like right now, the big inquiry I'm getting, and a lot of you have been already seeing this. I don't care where you sit in the reality of the world, fear of old things or making a choice in the past, even in past lives, some people were asking me as well. Past lives are not things, you guys. They are just memories. They are not in this body. Okay. But there's still things you carry in your cellular energy. Okay. So again, fear of old things, old choices, past lives, now or never being cured. This is a big thing coming up. Okay. So yes, am I going to clear it up? It's all bullshit. And I've shared there is a detox to eliminate everything that's been created in the reality of this world with detox. Inverting will require detoxing. You guys get that? Write that down. Inverting into faith and truth and trust will require you to detox. Okay. Here we are. But do you really want to undo what you don't want? I need to ask you guys this because most people that come to me are not ready to undo what they don't. They say they don't want it, but they don't want to do the work to undo it. So the question is the thing you don't want, is this your truth or not? And if you say no, right? I'm going to go to this. I'm going to give you an example. You have to ask yourself, how invested in you are you, right? So I'm going to go into the medicine box. You know how all the boxes are crashing and burning right now. Medical, government, education, spiritual, religion, big corp, big pharma, all of it. Okay. They're all going to crash and burn. I guarantee you everything you know about the past will be gone in the next 10 years. So you might as well start now and be ahead of the game. Okay. So I'm going to go to the medicine box since it at the moment is a perfect example because it is everywhere in social, in digital, in discussions. Everyone's bringing it up to me all week long. So here we go. So I'm going to talk about the poke, the jab. Okay. And the jab is a big topic right now. And this applies to you whether you took it or whether you did not take it. So I don't give a shit what you did. I'm talking about the detox, but it's a thing and it's medical and it's crashing. Okay. Do you really want to? Now you're going, oh my gosh, I took it. What if it's not good for me anymore? Maybe they're right. Maybe it's not healthy for me. Do you give a shit? What if you didn't take it? Well, maybe you need to look at other things that you need to detox. So either way, Do you really want to detox all parts of the questionable jab at this point? Not just the possibility of toxic things that may not be in there or may be in there that are not benefiting you. You don't know. You don't need to know. But you need to think about, okay, body, do I detox the physical form with toxins that were in there that I don't really know if they're in there or not? You don't need to know. I don't want you to know. But then you got to go detox the thoughts, right? How you thought it would help you, what it would deliver. So now we need to detox our thoughts that it created safety for me and security. And now we go, oh my gosh, now it's bringing me insecurity. Now what? Now I got to detox those thoughts of going, but that's what I thought this thing was. And then the truth of what it represents may not be that truth anymore. So I'm detoxing all body, mind, and spirit, and not just the jab. I was like, we got to get rid of it. Oh my God, it has nothing to do with that. It has to go, wow, did I put my faith in one thing? And a lot of people did, and they didn't know any better. I don't blame people. Some people didn't have a choice. Their companies were forcing them. Some people just said no. It doesn't matter. What I want you to understand is that's a physical example of an external energy that you can actually physically go, okay, I did something and now I want to undo it. There's a detox for that. Now get ready. That's something you can physically see. You know what happened. You physically went and did it. It was a physical thing on your body. Now I want you to apply the same energy to your relationships. To a person. Okay? None of this is different. It's all the same, right? Because they are always, whatever this physical thing is, it was your pain point. Those people who did it was like, they were so scared and insecure. So they're like, I don't want to get hurt or sick. So that was their pain point. Okay, you ready? The relationship showing up for you right now. They are always your trauma point, revealing right here where there's entanglement with people. So these physical relationships are going to reveal the reality in your head. So it's accessing some recognition of your truth point or spirit and realizing I'm down here, I'm not up here. Do I want this truth, or is my truth lighter and more expanded? It doesn't mean any person, thing, thought, or the jab are bad. It just means you have to decide from this point forward from spiritual truth. Wow, I really don't want to live like that anymore. It wasn't just the jab. It's all the drugs I take. It's all the medicines. It's even ibuprofen. It's, oh my gosh, I'm eating toxins and you have to think all of the things that this physical form has. All the lick, the curb, everything and anything to those things that you want to heal. So stop using your relationships with anyone fictional that you've never met in your lifetime or standing right in front of you right now in this moment. Your husband might be staring at you, your wife might be staring at you, right? As your excuse for being either a bully or being broken. They are your way out, and they are showing you the trauma point of how you're living, period. You guys getting this? So that entanglement moment of realization is your inversion moment. And you go, oh my gosh, I'm here entangled with this. This isn't my truth anymore. That was my emotional point to connect. Flip things from people to truth source. At that inversion intersection, your entire reality changes. Your entire reality changes, my friends. This Mercury retrograde, it messed with all of you, didn't it? It got you guys going, huh? This Mercury retrograde really tested you because it's communication and it looks at relationships, right? And it looked at foundation and security. And so it really tested you. It did not test your relationships. Okay? You, not your relationships. So this testing that you see, you were seeing it if you are going to live in your heart's truth and not your ego truth. Okay? So this trauma point, when we match up with someone, is our ego attracting relationships at the emotional frequency that your ego learned when you were young. And that will be where you attract relationships to let's just call it an awareness or an understanding of where you attracted the emotional relationship you saw as a child, and you said, oh, that's love. That's what I want to look for. I like to be criticized and, judged and belittled, abused, used, doormatted. I love that. That's what you learned as a child. Stop judging them. Stop judging family, parents. Stop judging the one you drew that you entangled with, because you wanted them to pull you up and go, oh my gosh, so they could push you to grow. Because that's what you saw. Just because you saw it doesn't mean right now. I'm telling you, 7 is spiritual truth here. So how you own your own pain pillar will be your awakening. And it's up to each of you to own it or hide from it. So the things that you attract are your set point trauma of emotions right now. That's your set point, okay? So trusting your truth to match it or not is where your growth point is. So I want you all to be grateful when people come in and piss you off. I want you to be grateful when the jab pissed you off. It's going to make you healthier. When a cold or a person or a cashier or a child shows up and pisses you off, that's a pain point going, that was my emotional childhood emotion. I drew it to me to see, oh, no, thank you. Truth is not this pain point, this trauma point. Truth is love consciousness, and y'all know it. So none of these things are to bring to your detriment. And so as we end this Mercury retrograde, I'm going to talk about planets in a minute. I want you guys to know that every relationship you experience, you attracted to yourself, because that's what you needed to heal this entanglement, and you needed it to untangle yourself. And your higher self, your spirit, your angels, your spirit, your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, God, whoever you're praying to, saying mantras to, asking for help, right? Angels, help me, right? And they send your body things like illnesses or jabs or assholes. Let's call them that. There got to be assholes to really push your buttons, right? People to help you heal so you can see the reality that you are in, to change it. Okay, so you can experience this faster if you invert your experiences from now on and step into the quantum or truth with spirit. Like, things down here, like things down there, they're kind of jacked up. And so I will choose this over here that is courage and love and truth. And you know the difference. So those of us like, well, I kind of think this is love. You know, when things are not healthy and loving and joyful, they are not courage, love, and truth. So that's when the things that you're doing now must change from this trauma point that you learned from people at a young age, as you're learned that you thought that was your truth. And when you're waking up and you're like, that's not true anymore. Religion, emotions, love, health, illness, medicine, whatever that thing is, okay, education, that's no longer your truth point and you're uncomfortable. This can be alarming, and it's going to jolt in your, it's like a kind of a jolt in your entire existence, basically. And this is living from the quantum 5th dimension 5D instead of down here at 3D. And that may be all you've ever known. Don't take it personal. Don't get mad. Be grateful. That's why I'm telling you guys, when assholes or difficulty or illness or things show up going, oh, I got to do everything and look the curb from now on. That's truth consciousness. Slow drip baby steps, or you can do a literal quantum jump of timelines. Both are equally powerful. Just start accepting people, right, that you are attracting are to heal your entanglement with childhood trauma point, to open up your truth point to get you here. So entanglement, my friends, is your inversion moment to look down and see. Truth translates into things. So if your truth sucks, it's going to translate into sucky things, right? If your truth trickles down to body and it's hidden from you and it's down here. So most of us been living down on the 3D plane and hiding truth down here. That doesn't work anymore. And so if your truth is down hidden below, meaning your trauma point is going to keep attracting painful people. And trauma point attracts your painful relationships to understand the thoughts in your head, right, are real. And their real form is to create a growth point of truth. So think of it from this level. Trauma, understanding. So here's the trauma point where you, as a child, thought that's what love is. That's what I want to connect with. And then you understand it like, yeah, no, not so much anymore, to growth. Trauma to understanding to growth. Things, thoughts, truth. Growth is up here. Okay? It's that simple. It's the best visual I can give you guys because you're all making things, right? You're all turning things into things they aren't. You're all turning tiny things, like I said, from the jab. That can be a very big thing if it's really starting to, if it's something affecting you, you don't want to look at the truth about it, just detox. Who gives a shit what's in it? You could have been toxic before that and not even known it. So if it's from something like that to you literally just went somewhere and you're like, but I injured myself, Dawn, that's your truth point of connection. You needed that experience to force you to understand yourself, to go, am I really that I need an accident to hurt myself so I can actually see the truth of going, I really want to heal and rest? Do I really need to be sick to take a break? I know. Well, some of you are on this call having that exact experience. So my point is that you have to own the fucking truth. Make sense? Okay. Okay, we're going to hop into planetary alignment because, my friends, this is happening to tell you why your relationships, okay, your relationships have come along to push you into an inversion and getting into this point, okay, of quantum 5D truth, okay? So here we go. This is a crazy crazy week. So you're already feeling, I think you're feeling the energy, like you're kind of just like, it's been chaos and frustrated and arguing and difficulties. And all of a sudden you're kind of feeling it trickling off, but you're like, now I kind of feel beat up. Okay. On the 21st. Okay. Yeah, I know. I felt it too. On the 21st, which is Saturday. Okay. So Saturday is a new moon. Okay, it's in Aquarius at 1 degree. So if you do know your astrology charts, remember, if you ever want to know where these signs sit in your chart, go on to my website, go on to tools, you'll see free birth chart, click on it, put your info in there, and it'll give you a chart, and then it'll give you all your planets, a mini version of what your planets mean, but it'll tell you what house they're in. Okay. So if you know where Aquarius is in your chart, it's at 1 degree, new moon in Aquarius. So see where that sits. Okay. That's where we're going to feel it the most. All right. So also on top of it, we have Venus and Saturn in Aquarius, helping push us forward even more. Okay. It's a fixed sign. So all the fixed signs are going to feel it the most, which would be Aquarius and Leo and Taurus and Scorpio. Okay. The 4 fixed signs, you guys are going to feel it. Okay. And then we add fuel to this. So I'm going to go into the full moon or the new moon in a minute, but then we add the next day after the 21st, on the 22nd, Uranus, right, is also going to go out of retrograde, and it goes direct to help this new moon light up even brighter. Okay. And it's the ruler of the moon. Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's so powerful. Okay. So then if you think about this new moon, the challenges of this new moon is to start new beginnings. So it's empowering us to start new this weekend. Okay. It's already starting this week. So you can feel it. You're like, I just want to go somewhere better and new and here to truth. Okay. Aquarius rules truth. So the challenges of Aquarius is that they can be aloof and temperamental and cold and shy and not dealing with emotions because they're a thinking sign. Okay. And I'm trying to pull you out of thinking, right? But it's a fixed sign. So they're also very stable. And new moons represent new beginnings and new movement on your ideas and those thoughts becoming things. So you have to be so firm in that truth of this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm going to create. Marriage, career, health, wealth. I don't care what it is, but trust it and then let that trickle down into that new thought to become a thing. Okay. So I'm sharing this with you guys. Then New moons are beginnings. These are all the information. I'll give you more on the moon. Don't forget that in March, okay, so I know it's a little ways out, but March, remember, I keep bringing up the age of Aquarius and Aquarian energy. March 23rd, Pluto is going to go into Aquarius for the first time in like 200 and some years. Okay, so this is what I've shared with you guys for the last several years about the age, the energy, the generation of Aquarius. So it's supporting this official new moon, new beginnings. Because Aquarius gifts, you guys, it's the innovator, the unconventional, the progressive, the maverick, the humanitarian, the collective energy, space, travel, technology, wisdom, science. So if science is lying to you up to this point, and they have been, I'm just going to break it to all of you, they've been fucking lying to you. You have to seek your own science, your own truth, and bring them all together. I know. This can be crazy. So the healing is going to be more gentle, more quantum, faster, cleaner, less painful, no needles. All that stuff is Aquarian. So again, in the next 10 years, none of what you know, you will be. So let it go. Okay. New moon, Uranus, Aquarius, it's all going forward. So put your intentions of whatever this truth is, you better be crystal clear to the universe and spirit and angels what you want. Crystal clear. Okay. So that's what's really cool about the new moon. Then, if it wasn't enough, a couple days ago, Mars went out of retrograde on the 12th. It's the motivation. Okay. And it was retrograde. So we were feeling like, I just can't get anything done. And there's so much. And you just didn't feel motivated. And all of a sudden, something kicked in on the 12th. And those of you who have Aries risings, Aries moons, Aries suns, felt it. All of a sudden, it was like you got this power grid like kick in, right? So we were feeling up to that point, we felt like the brakes were on since October it was retrograde. So you felt kind of lazy or like you weren't getting anywhere in sludge. Now we feel like the engines are revving up again and we're feeling more motivated. Okay. Then Mercury retrograde ends on Thursday. So this week, if you don't feel this, you were like, something's weird, right? This is it. So Mercury ends on Thursday. Okay. Mercury was sitting in Capricorn, ruling stability and communication, structures that were not stable. You were arguing about them. Unstable marriages, unstable communication, unstable financials, unstable, anything that you needed to have structure in. Your health been coming up. If you ain't taking care of your health, it's going to go, I'll check you. Okay. Again, one word, detox. You don't need to go do anything more. You have to get out what's blocking you from living healthy, period. Okay. That's what Mercury retrograde was having you look backwards and go, oh, that's bullshit. Okay. Well, what do I want? Inverting to truth and detox. Okay. So all these structures, you guys were feeling it from the delays and the travel and work and the communication mishaps that were appearing for you to check your lighthouses. Right? Do you want to be a lighthouse or do you want to be the boat? Remember, there is always a shadow phase. So it's going to end on Thursday. Okay. On the 18th, it'll end up late at night. So the 19th, it's going to start back into its forward motion. It stations on the 18th. And so what happens is for about 7 more days, you have a shadow window. Doesn't make it as intense, but it's still kind of the lingering. So the glitches that may be there are simply lingering from any unfinished Mercury relationship detoxing you did not do. So if you didn't talk through something with someone, any of you experience like relationships or arguments and stuff, you kind of left it. Anyone? Go ahead and comment on that one. I want to hear about that one. So if you left an argument or just something tabled and you didn't finish it, this retrograde shadow window will kind of nudge you, shall I say, to kind of revisit it. Okay. Not a negative. It's going to be very forward moving, but it's going to get you. Okay. To pay attention. Yeah, I just don't care about it anymore. That's good. Okay. So the cool news, here's the good news, right? No planets in February or March will be in retrograde. So we've been pulled in molasses and rebuilding and revisiting and burning down and dismantling. And we're like, oh my gosh, is anything going to shift? This week is it. Okay. Uranus The Aquarius planet is waking up on the 22nd and moving forward. So this is truly new beginnings. Then you add Pluto in March going forward in Aquarius. Uranus is in Aquarius or in Taurus in money. So all these security and foundations and who we are. I'm just going to throw this at you. You know, they're playing around. This Aquarius is eccentric, innovative, and sunbursts of change. And they're playing around with this whole IRS shenanigans and stuff like that. Don't be surprised if the IRS gets dismantled. Like I'm laughing about it because Uranus moving forward in Taurus, which rules money, and then Pluto moving forward in March. I don't know, in that 8-week window or 12 weeks or something, but I'm just telling you the energy would say that, because Pluto rules dying and regenerating to something new, which is Aquarian and innovative and something new. It's not a negative. I just want you guys to go, oh my God, that's terrible. They're telling us it's terrible. I want you to know it's not terrible. But again, the TV wizards on the news are going to make it play it out, make it look bad, but this is nothing bad for you. Okay. Okay. I know if I could keep going on the astrology, there's just so much happening, but those are the big ones. It's insane, but it's insane cool, right? It's insane. Like if you look at the planets from the just energy waves that they're sending, I want you guys to ride the wave. I don't want you to get lost in them and become a boat. Just ride it. Cool. Okay. Everybody right here. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. All right. Your challenge this week. Can you wake up to see where you've got entanglement with others causing you to forcefully see, owning, I freaking brought that to myself so I can untangle and invert into truth. And you may not like it, but you have to go, thank you. Thank you, asshole. Thank you, sickness. Thank you, allergies. Thank you, whatever it is, to force you to see a truth that you want. Okay? Can you see that this week? Stuff you don't want to see. And I mean, it could be tiny. So I'm going to ask you guys to open up in the Q&A. I got already a couple questions coming in here. Give me some examples of where you need to invert to a new growth point. And I don't care what box, what topic, what thing you've thought for your whole life. And you're like, holy shit, if I don't have to have that anymore and I want to live to 150 with Dawn, what would I have to detox? That's what I want to know from you guys. Let me see what's coming in here. Again, financially, people, health, life purpose, education, beliefs even. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, here's another love one. Let me talk on this one real quick. It says, what if my truth is love, support, and connection and fun, and I'm not getting that? I'm getting challenges, arguments, and silent treatments. Okay. So, because this has been asked many, many times this week, this is a brilliant question again. Okay. All of you, I want you to hear yourself as if this is you and listen to me talking to you. You are getting you. And my simple answer is you are refusing to see. That is why you keep repeating it. Okay. You are getting what you saw as a child, what your parents showed you, exhibited to you, which was a love. This is healthy love. This is how you be with people. This is how you engage. And if your parents didn't have healthy love or made mistakes, and they're amazing parents, even if your parents were assholes, they're awesome. They got you here. They got you here to this point in time. So we're not judging parents. I'm just showing you whatever you learn, that's what you keep repeating. So if you keep saying, I had healthy love, no, you didn't. There's a pain point there somewhere. So you get your frequency of love by entangling with others who are an equal match or an extreme opposite to you to show you how it feels to keep being treated poorly. Okay, so this is what I meant to invert yourself, to get you to question the acceptance of poor love and push you to a growth point. And so this person is asking on love, right? That's what they're asking on, or they're asking on marriage actually. But this is what I'm trying to share with all of you. The same thing she's asking can be on money, it can be on kids, your family, your friends. It doesn't matter. So if you're frustrated with people right now, ask, how am I not owning this experience since I aligned with it? What am I neglecting in myself that I don't feel worthy of? Because relationships cause entanglement to truth, and you choose a new truth by inverting. So it's the same question. I kind of just reiterated. I hope that makes sense. I need to declutter my office space, physical stuff, right? I'm going to allow fresh energy for ideas. I love it. This is perfect. This is a simple one. You just have to actually allot time for you. And a lot of us aren't doing that. We're not good at it, right? So that's another one. Anyone else catching where you have to start inverting? Time for you. Okay. Let's see. I want to lick the curb. So help me understand how I can heal my knee with frequency. Oh, there we go. There's another knee. A lot of knees are getting hurt. This is funny. So you want to know how I do this, my friends? This is what I do. Again, because I do lick the curb on everything. There's nothing I don't do anymore. Like it's just my theory. I call it the med bed in my head. Okay. I go to the med bed in my head and then choose the health I want. Okay. And then the things will attract. When I'm saying this is the truth, this is the med bed in my head, I go up there, I literally sit in a clear med bed, and then I say, this is my truth of this healthy, strong, powerful body. And these are the things that I want to attract to align with this truth. And these are the thoughts I want to have, like, there's going to be something to heal my stomach and my hip and my neck and my backache. And then this is the tricky part. When you're stuck and you're like, I have to trust this. That's truth. My truth is this. In this med bed, I am so strong and healthy and happy. Okay. And the tricky part is, how do you know when something's showing up to help you heal down here to the body? They arrive in forms of conversations. Someone says, go detox. No, it can't be that easy. It's that fucking easy. Social media. You're scrolling through something. You're like, whoa, I found something I super needed to help me in my business. I'm scrolling through. I'm like, ooh, I don't care how it got there. I needed it. I've been saying I got to do this faster. And there it happened. Okay. So the med bed can be you healing your business, healing your health, healing your relationships. I want this kind of marriage, right? They'll scroll down a Google search. I'm going to Google search natural ways to heal this. A random stranger sits by you and shares something at the grocery store at the counter, and they're staying at the supplements and they're like, this works really good. Really? Thank you. Because you're up here saying it's non-negotiable, trickling down to the physical. And you get the suggestions. I promise you get it. If your truth is to heal organically or even surgically, but fast, you must lick the curb and do it all. I want to detox. I want to get supplements. I want to build my immune system. I want to go get books. I want to have conversations with my spouse. I want to read, do audiobooks. I want to start taking care of my own heart. Why am I sad? Like, am I bringing the energy to them? And it's not them, it's me. Are we doing it? I don't know, but this is a perfect example of someone said, I want to lick the curb. I love that. Are you really though? So, does that make sense, my friends? Like, so anything is coming up right now and it's asking you to invert in truth. And those of you who are not, when you get stuck and you're in an argument, I'm telling you, you're not inverted going, this is my truth. This is where I'm staying. I love you, spouse. I love you, honey. I really do. I'm just not going where you are anymore. I'm going to go take care of me. I'm going to do what I need to do to make me feel good. And that's not always something, it seems like we're doing, if you're doing it the old way, you're probably still here. And you're still here in thought. But the truth is here. And most people are like, but that's not how it works. It really actually does. And I brought this up so many times, especially in love. This is marriage and or if you're single. I don't care which version you're at, or even with your family, your kids. You could be in the freaking Amazon jungle by yourself, and energetically your frequency, and you've been putting out that ping for so long, and that one day at that one moment of time someone crosses your path and you meet them. And that is your life partner frequency match of the higher frequency. But if you're not doing frequency work, if you're not doing emotion work, if you're not going into, I have a book page, suggested reading by Dawn, all the 50 books that I suggest to people. If you just started tapping away at those books, you would attract higher frequency of relationships. It doesn't have to be that hard. And they're on there. It's just click on the book. It'll take you to Amazon and you buy it right there. I've made it so easy for you guys. Yeah, I can tell when you're all on my website and I know you're not there. I can see you there. So I know you're saying, tell me what to do, but I don't want to actually lick the fucking curb. I don't want to undo and detox what I did. I don't want to, so I'm using the jab for an example, but someone else could be like, no, you know what, I got to quit drinking, but you got to detox all what the drinking has done up to this point, if you've done it too much. No, I want to quit eating sugar. Sugar is just as bad as the jab and drinking, probably worse than those two. But we don't think about that, right? We're not like, well, that's no big deal. It is if you want a truth life to be at 150. I'm not saying never drink, and I'm not saying never eat sugar. I'm saying, what is it that you're not looking at to do everything and anything possible? And on those pages, they're there. Okay. Okay, so let's see. One came in. I know what my truth is and what I want, but becoming successful and abundant has been the slowest and most painful process. Maybe I'm wrong. How do we take a hint from the universe to help us confirm if we're on the right path? And yes, I pray. Yay! See this one, at least she's asking. She says, I pray and ask my angels every day. Beautiful answer and beautiful question. This is where I said the tricky part is to trust how it shows up. And this person, for the first time, she's doing everything and anything. She's not just doing one company. Pretty sure you're doing 2 companies, if I'm not mistaken, or 3. And so she's in there doing everything she loves, but she's getting frustrated because she's not there fast enough. My question is, are you doing it because you love it and you're still just fine? Or are you doing it because it's not giving you a certain number financially, or you're doing it because it's not giving you financial success? And what I've learned is when we get out of the way it has to be done and we just do it because we love it, that's this truth. And then now it's starting to expand out, and there are going to be a lot of people that start coming into that truth. It's funny. I'm going to text you, by the way. This person's asking me, I was just thinking about you, where this is, oh, someone asked the question. She Googled, she's asking, and I don't know if you know about Public Score, but I was just going to suggest that to you. It's something you can go on and put your stuff in, and I'll text you how to get in. Would be another version. So my point is sometimes we don't tell enough people what we want to get help. And so then they go, oh, I know this, try this, try this. And I'm saying, spread yourself out everywhere. And she is. So this is where her question I want to share with all of you is so good, because she's like, I've done this for so long. Why not? Now, here's my point. I'm going to throw at her, but I'm going to ask you guys to look at her pain point. You have a pain point somewhere where the level of success that your family or your parents hit was probably good, but you probably are close to that or have hit it. And that's what good is success for you. And that's what good is love for you. And that's what good is emotionally for you. You are successful at that pain point of what you learned. So my point is that you're going to have to relearn and unlearn what you learned was success, because you probably are as successful as your parents and or somewhere in the vicinity. And whether it's numbers or money, and if I were to know you well enough, this person is a doctor and she's literally freaking brilliant. Okay. So she probably knows as much as her parents, but financially you have hit the emotional pain point of that. Guys, I told you there is no other way right now. Right now, we're being asked to go from trauma point to reality. This is what you have, to truth point. And this reality is not the truth point she wants. That's why I'm asking you to go look at this. I'm going to add a new book. I haven't gotten to it. I will too tomorrow. That I'm also been listening to. It is, and I'm going to call, I think it's Conscious Love or something like that. Anyway, I'll put it on my suggested book reading page as well tomorrow, so you can click on it. Again, either go into one of your member dash. If you go to the top of my website, IDeserveItNow.com, member dash, you click on your member dashboard, you click on your page, and there it is. Okay. And you go, I want to look at the books Dawn's talking about, and go scroll through them all. And there are some books in there, 2 of them, that are very helpful. This new one I'm reading, that are saying, go again, look at the parent trauma point. They don't call it that. I'm calling that because that's what I use in coaching. And so what I'm suggesting is, does that make sense to you? Where I'm coming at, your trauma point is there. That's why you're stuck. And so reviewing it will change it. So I'll get you the book, and then you'll go, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. So again, sometimes it's just, see what she just did. She just broke an entanglement with a trauma point she has by saying, I know what I want. Why am I stuck? And her angel said, hey, Dawn, tell her about these 2 things. And she'll go back to here, and they'll trickle down into what the other points she needs for her reality. Is this making sense, my friends? Yeah? Okay. Did I clean that up as simplified as I could make it? And I'm trying to explain to you guys, anything or anyone that's showing up and it's pissing you off right now, health, wealth, love, career, okay, security. If it is not true for you from what you learned, I'm telling you right now, you can either accept it, own your bullshit, and go, shit, I gotta undo that. Or you can be miserable. I love you anyway. I will always love you anyway, but just so you know, that's what's happening, okay? But just know that this chaos is going to ensue in a positive way. Don't take any shift that changes and burns out the old and starts new as negative, okay? As I said with the beginning of the call, the new IDI Club is coming. It will be just like a Facebook wall, but we'll be able to talk easier. You'll be able to meet other consciousness members who are raising their consciousness. You're like, well, where? A lot of my clients will be like, how do I meet people who have raised their consciousness too? Now you can. So the IDI Club is coming. Keep your eyes tuned. You have to be one of my members, the Truth Tribe or the Warrior Pass. Everybody gets access to Truth Tribe calls, so it wouldn't matter where you want. Go sign up. If you're not signed up, you can't get in. That's how you know. Okay. So open the dashboard. You'll see it in there. It's teasing you for a bit. I'm going to keep teasing you for a bit, but it will launch soon. I promise. Keep your eyes open. Feel free to reach out for questions. If you want any of the information on detoxing, if you want any information on the books that I talked about, again, they're on my website. Or if you just want to go in freebie, you can see on the tools tab, IDeserveItNow.com, tap tools, you'll see books. There they all are, all my books that I suggest for people to open up their consciousness. Mine included, get some new balls. So guys, I love you. You are just fine. It's going to start turning into a different speed. So get ready. You're ready. Lay this foundation for this last week that you have of Mercury retrograde. This is setting you up for where you're going. I promise. I love you all. Brightest blessings. You guys have an awesome week. Awesome weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. Take care.